It's December 2019, very early in the morning, and that is 5 a.m. in the morning that I realized that I'm going to be a mom. And I am just 19 years old, and my dad had passed just 2 months ago. And I remember asking myself a million questions, but I didn't get answers. The nervous system patterns we carry as adults often started when we were children, trying to survive, fit in, or be good enough. As a child, I remember I would struggle with fitting in, trying to prove myself and trying to do things that I don't want to do, but I feel that doing them will make me fit in with others. I've always been an introvert, but I become an extrovert when I am around people I'm comfortable around. And as a young girl, I remember back even in primary school, I had very few friends. I've always been this person who loves privacy and spending time alone. And I can say primary school was nice. High school was nicer because now that is time I was in a boarding school, and I would just be with myself in the labs, or just out of the chaos, because I feel like sometimes the world is so full of chaos and you don't know what to focus on or what to leave. And at a very young age, I found love in books. I remember even back in high school when these motivational speakers would come and psych up the school, because I remember that week that a motivational speaker had visited the school. The following week, people would be very motivated to do things, and they're doing things that they've not been doing. But then after 1 week, the motivation goes, and I remember I bought books. Books have been a very major part of me growing up, and even to date I still love books. And I never thought that slowing down is also being productive, because I remember even in high school during the holidays, I was this focused kid who is studying even the holidays. I always felt like if I'm not studying, I'm not being productive, I'm not I'm not good enough, and it just me trying to prove myself or trying to prove a point. And at times it gets too much, and you're like, why am I even doing all this? Because at times you don't understand the patterns you developed. But now, as a grown up, and yes, as a grown up, I recently came across a very amazing book, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. And I sat with that book, read it for the first time, and now I'm reading it for the second time, now really studying the context. And the book helped me slow down, take one breath at a time, enjoy every single day, be intentional about everything, because how you handle the small things says how you will handle big things. So right now I'm teaching my body to slow down from all the patterns that I developed back in early childhood that carried me to my adulthood, and they did not serve me well, if I can say. And now I'm learning how to slow down and reparent myself and understand myself deeper, so that I can prepare for the next great future that I am going to create. And some of us as kids, we were not praised enough as we would have wanted, and that made us seek outside validation so much, and with a lot of desperation. And some of us even were not even recognized entirely, and we were always asking ourselves, what do I have to do for me to be recognized? Or what is it that I'm not doing that I can start doing so that I can be seen more? Those are moments that people have. And when you do not slow down to actually analyze your life and analyze everything that you have been doing in your life, you will miss the pattern. And you can never change something that you're not aware of, because self-awareness begins the process of change. Because now when you sit with yourself, you see that when I talk to this person, they trigger me to think about my past, and I get emotional, I get sad, I start overeating, I go watch movies, I binge watch on movies unnecessarily. But it's because one person triggered a pattern that I've been living on in my life, and now I do not have control, because patterns are things that become automatic for you. You do not have now to direct them. The moment you get in that pattern, you just flow. And until now, you slow down, become conscious of everything you're doing, and ask yourself questions of why are you doing this, and is it even the way it should be done? Because at times things we learn when we were young, maybe we learned from our parents from the adults who are in our lives, and simply because we learned from them does not mean that it's the right thing. And therefore, sitting with yourself and understanding whatever is working for you in that moment, because there are things that do not work for us in the moment. We can be doing things, yes, they might be good things, but they might not be serving the person that you are becoming during the season that you're in. So you slowing down, identify things that are not helping you move forward, and now coming up with things that can help you move forward, and going all in on them is something that is very huge. And the patterns of trying to prove myself and trying to seek validation carried me up to my campus days. And in the next video, I will be dropping these videos 8 p.m. EAT, East African time. I will be skipping one day today, so today is day 1, 8 p.m. Then tomorrow is Monday. I will be dropping the next day, that is Tuesday 8 p.m. so that we can connect on a deeper level and understand together, walk together this journey, and see how patterns from our childhood that might be right or not, some wrong, carry us through our adulthood, and we are stuck in patterns that we do not even understand, because they were taught to us by adults, and we thought now they taught us, so that must be the right thing. But they are also learning. Nobody comes here with a manual for life that this is how you live life. No, everyone is always seeking for a better way to do life. And if you slow down as you gather knowledge, because books have knowledge, and the more you read books, the more you are humbled, because the more you discover that you do not know. So myself, I lost myself in books, and even now I'm reading books, and in those books I found myself. And let us catch up on the next video as we share the process and the journey of how this life has been. And I'm super excited, and make sure to share this video, subscribe, and leave a comment. I would love to hear your honest opinions.